but I want to grab meat. I know some people might be like, why did you grab meat?
Ladies, do you see the stress? This is the stress that men get.
Your love, I'm gonna make you mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
Hello and welcome back to another My Plus One episode. We are here starting the day. I still got my bonnet on. We are starting the Monday very productively. Well, let me start by telling you what's really going on. Look at the weather. Wow. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a gorgeous Monday morning, right? Gorgeous. But right now in the tropics, we got a storm. It went from like tropical depression 9 to Ian, tropical storm to like straight up hurricane. So it's over in Cuba right now. It's Monday. This is September 26th, I think it is. And we're supposed to be feeling the effects of it by Wednesday night, Thursday through Thursday morning. But I learned this through Hurricane Andrew. If you don't know, I have been in South Florida. We were living in South Florida for me, almost 3 decades. For Dan, 3 decades on and off, because he traveled back and forth and went to school in Jamaica. And then he came back on a more permanent basis. But I was living from 7 on to 37. I was living in South Florida. And our first summer in Florida, it rained like every day. And I was like, oh, it's supposed to be sunny here. What is going on? This is ridiculous. Rains. There's love bugs everywhere. I was like, this is not what they told me. They lied to me, right? Then they were like, oh, there's a hurricane coming. My parents kind of told us. It was like probably the only real hurricane. Yeah, obviously it was Hurricane Andrew. So it was the only big storm of the summer. So like, oh, I was a little excited because I'm like, oh, I'm going to go through a hurricane, all that. But the days like before the hurricane and the day before that, so like 2 days before the hurricane, the weather was amazing. Just like this, nice and sunny, like very little breeze, but like a nice, like cool, like slight breeze, right? Then Hurricane Andrew came. Okay. So it's like kind of ominous right now because like that home when we moved there was a new construction. This is a new construction. This is our first year into the home. This is a late storm. This is going to probably be, I think they said this is the first true like hurricane to kind of affect Florida for this season. So I'm a little concerned, but like I said, I survived Hurricane Andrew. We replanned our wedding in a month's time because of Hurricane Irma in 2017. So there's probably nothing that we can't handle when it comes to hurricanes. It's just different in Central Florida, and home construction is different in Central Florida, which is something that you should consider if you are moving from South Florida or moving from like homes that have like full brick or concrete from top and bottom. So this home is upstairs. I'm going to show you a home. Can you see that home down there? This green one and the one next to it. The paneling, they've added the paneling to that one, but that green is just like a protection on top of wood. So the second floor of all these homes, if you do have a second floor, are all wood. But like I said, it's not something that is normal in South Florida. In South Florida, it has to be concrete, both levels. I don't think that's changed, but Central Florida is kind of new to the game of getting hurricanes. In the last, I want to say since Irma, or you know what? Let me not say that, because Katrina, when I was in college, devastated some areas of Florida. So Gainesville hadn't had a hurricane in like decades. Katrina affected it. It's not an area that gets hurricanes enough that people are like, oh, I want to invest $30,000 into special hurricane windows or shutters or stuff like that. But planet is changing, weather is extreme, so that is something that we are like, oh, we from South Florida, we know how this is gonna be. So Dan and I, for our home, we're like, nah, we have to get like hurricane windows or something, because I can't deal with the whole going out there with the shutters. Even if it's Central Florida, we want to be prepared because we know how things can be. So again, I'm like kind of chill about it because I'm like, yo, we kind of been through it all before. We kind of know our cabinets, our pantry's like filled with like tin beans and freaking corned beef and all that stuff. Like, we'll be okay. Especially because we have the grill that has a side burner. Grill up some whatever's in the freezer, we're gonna grill it up. So we're not concerned about that stuff. But I went to the supermarket last night. I planned on filming, but I was kind of like laser focused on like what to grab. The bread was gone. They were restocking, so they said today, this morning, they'll be restocking again. But I want to grab meat. I know some people probably like, why did you grab meat? But even if I have to go and, you know, cook up a whole pot of whatever. And again, South Florida, we kind of understand like the culture of storms and neighborhoods kind of come together. So if it's something that like, yo, we season up some meat, grill up 3 packs of meat, and we kind of feed the masses, it is what it is. Because food won't get wasted, mouths will be fed, people will be taken care of, so there will be no waste. But I'm just kind of a little concerned about the second floor. Worst case scenario, we have the kind of garage, laundry room, pantry area that we could sleep in. We know the drill. So we're not concerned about those type of things. It's just the panic of Central Florida because there's a lot of new people just like us that kind of are new to the area, but there are people that are even new to hurricanes. So the panic is setting in and people were getting sandbags and stuff like that. I looked up the flood map for this area and it seems to be in a non-flood zone. But again, we'll see. You kind of have to experience it to know it. So that's it. So yeah, we're not hurricane experts, but we kind of been through a lot when it comes to hurricanes. So the plan for today is we're going to do some laundry. You do laundry and make sure like you have your enough underwear and all that stuff in case for some reason you're out of power for days. The chances of that happening in modern days, especially in these new neighborhoods where they've kind of laid the infrastructure prior to building, is kind of like, I don't want to be like, oh, this is never going to happen, but it's kind of slim. And if you lose power, maybe the most 24 hours. So let me not say the wrong words, but I'm going to assume maybe the most, maybe like a day or two. So we want to have our laundry ready in case we got to grab up some clothes and get out of here because of safety reasons. And Dan has uniforms to go to work because he's going to be after the storm. So, you know, like we just need to be prepared with enough clothing. Then the next thing is, I'm going to do some batch cooking. So I'm going to do some chicken thighs and some sides. And then I'm probably going to do a lasagna. So I took out some ground beef and ground turkey. So I'm probably going to make a lasagna because those are things that, again, if the power goes out, I'm going to have to rewarm stuff on the grill. But at least it's cooked and it's like a meal that's cooked. So going to do that. But I'm probably also going to season some meat as well. So it's in the freezer. So in case it's like just pulling it, you know, chicken is already washed and all that stuff. And I could just throw it on the grill. So that's the plan. Then what else? Yeah, then that's pretty much it because, we have to put gas in the SUV. So Dan already filled up the car. If you were in South Florida, if you're in South Florida right now watching this, you probably understand that gas is a commodity and you're probably, if you haven't done it already, you're going to be sitting in a line for gasoline for hours. Okay? Even if the storm is kind of coming towards Central Florida and North Florida more, South Florida is serious about their gasoline. So we are going to fill up the SUV. What am I doing? Say hi. Hi. Yeah. Can you wave at the camera? No? Say hi to the camera. Okay. That's probably it. We're not buying a bag of groceries and fighting in the stores, but Login Publix, I went to the air cloud. There were things that were not stocked, but I went at 8 o'clock at night. But otherwise, you know, people weren't panicking. People were coming in getting some water. We normally have our fridge downstairs stocked with water just in general. So water we're not really concerned about. Gonna wash out the tub and fill it up with water. That's just something that old school we've been doing for years. So yeah, you might be wondering like, what is the whole thing with the the water in the tub thing. So the whole point of it is to have a reservoir of water for emergencies. So if you don't have bottled water, you have your tub filled with water, you can get a bucket, go and boil the water, and then you're able to drink it. Again, you have to be able to have some source of heat in order to boil it. Then number 2 is to be able to flush toilets. Somebody was explaining to me that some toilets that doesn't work unless you have electricity or something like that. And I was like, I don't know that, but I know that you can get another bucket, and if your toilet cannot flush, you put the water in there and then it does some do and it disappears. Okay, magic. Then the third thing is, if you need to bathe, that's your water. You get your bucket, you go to another bathroom, you wash up with some cold water, just like if you were in country and doing it. One tub be the tub that is kind of like, yeah, this is the go-to tub, and then everything else can be done in like one designated bathroom, all the showering, all the brushing your teeth and stuff like that. But you need a tub full of water for like those type of things. So I think that's all the tips I can give you. Hopefully we won't really need to use those things. To my South Florida people who are preparing for a hurricane party, enjoy it. Literally there are storms throughout the year, like not even like throughout the years. Throughout 1 year, you can go through multiple storms and have multiple like preparations, schools get shut down and all that stuff, and you sit in your house with your neighbors drinking rum or whatever with your shutters up. So it is better to be prepared than not to be. So let's get to the do. I'm gonna do some laundry and eat and do all that stuff. Oh, all right, see you in a little. We have one set of laundry going, 1, 2. After that, so it's breakfast time. Chai tea and some toast and some sausage. Jump. So
today's verse was written for a group of people in a particular time in history. God says forgiveness and healing is yours because we have not sought the face of God, because we have refused to turn from our stubborn ways. And so today's passage is a sober reminder that God loves us. God calls you by name, and that God expects us to live in a particular way, that he longs to heal us. In short, this is a life of repentance, a life we're all called to live according to. Amen.
No. Nah.
I'm getting pulled away. Bye. All right, in the studio, I'm adjusting Absolute Sitter setup. Our studio has been revamped. This is probably the 4th or 5th time that we're revamping it. But I do this in order to have just a workflow that is like just easier, more efficient, and it's just beneficial to what our goals are. So I'm gonna give you a quick little tour. Kellan just woke up. So he's gonna eat some lunch, and then I'm gonna continue editing. I got one load of laundry already washed and it's drying right now. So I have another load washing, and then I'm gonna have my whites, and that's gonna be the last one to wash. The folding of the clothes, I can't tell you when that's gonna happen, because you already know I have no problem sorting and washing. It's just the folding that I hate. Like, it brings me no pleasure in life. I'd rather wash 1,000 dishes. Okay, I'm exaggerating. I'd rather wash 100 dishes then sit down and fold clothes. I can honestly say that I think that's the first chore that I learned to do was to fold clothes, and I hated it. Hated it then, and I still hate it. Dan hasn't woken up yet. He's like super tired. He let me sleep in today. I slept until 10:30 because this one woke up at 8 o'clock, and I was like, no, I can't. So Dan came home, showered, went in there, and entertained him until 10:30. So when he went to bed every day like 4:30 and waking up at 9, it starts to wear on your body. So, and I'm trying to like lift weights and all that stuff to get more energy, and it's not working right now. But healthy eating and daily exercise is something that I'm trying. So Dan is awake.
This is the in-on stock cryostasis. It's in temporary like animated suspension right now.
Yeah, they're all locked away.
It's basically just the postage just got ridiculous, and then it was just getting really difficult to kind of get the brand out there. If you didn't know, you can probably even find like our other channel from when we were doing it still. We were doing live sales on Disney merch. Yeah, this is all Disney merch coming from
this is not for sale, okay?
Warehouse.
That weirdo Mickey
Kooky
and Minnie.
and Spooky. So Lisa does not like Kooky and Spooky. These are like
they're creepy looking. Special edition Disney's 100 Disneyland, right?
I don't know if it's for Disneyland, is it?
Yeah, it was. These are the how Mickey and Minnie actually look.
Limited release Mickey and Minnie collection plush dolls, from the original style of how they looked.
Look how Mickey used to look. Creepy.
Kooky and this is Spooky.
Imagine he wanted to put this in the nursery. Can you imagine?
No, I didn't. I was messing with you with that.
Yes.
No, I put it in the nursery before he was born. These are our little horror movie protectors here.
Yeah.
So if we ever find ourselves in a horror movie situation where somebody breaks in or something, Kooky and Spooky are coming for you.
You're lucky that they're facing forward, because I had them locked in a closet for a good while.
They're the protectors of the house.
They're the protectors of a non right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's everything that's going on in the studio right now. We are going to continue to make it pristine and make it as efficient as possible for us and for all our businesses and channels and content and all that stuff. Dan is going to run the supermarket. Yeah. Remember I told you I am planning on doing a lasagna.
Hurricane prep mode.
Yeah, the sky is changing right now.
Well, this is not even actually the
These
hurricane.
These are the bands.
You know, thunderstorms that are supposed to come in. Like a 40% chance of rain.
Oh, it's actually raining right now. So yeah, like I said, Dan is going to run the supermarket because I want to make a lasagna.
What letter is that?
So we can
B.
Have that in case I need to like warm up anything. I can put it on the grill and warm up a lasagna. So you're gonna follow Dan to the supermarket. I'm gonna stay and get some cooking and cleaning and washing and editing done.
Alright, so getting ready to go on the road. So I'm gonna try to start grooming my beard better than I do. So at least once a day I've got to make sure that I have a routine of grooming this beard. So Lisa got one of these combs that you can kind of control thing there, and she got her and Kellan one, but you know the bald head, I'm not getting respect like that, even though I have this glorious beard. It's glorious. I've been blessed with not having a patchy or being able to grow a thick beard. You can see some older video of me having like a big huge beard, and getting back to there, I don't think I want it any bigger than this really. So the first thing Lisa teach me is don't comb it when there's nothing in there. So this is just this really good water bottle she ordered, but what I like about it is it mists and it shoots a very long spray, so you can kind of hold it down and do that. I teeth this from Kellan. So this is some coconut thing there that Lisa never really liked for her hair. Me and Kellan seem to be able to get away with it. Obviously my beard here isn't exactly the hugest priority as long as it's not fully dry. I kind of get in there. I have some friends who have been like getting more and more into like barber care and like those kind of things like that. And they've been telling me little things like make sure you get down to the scalp to moisturize. So whatever, that's just a leave-in right now. This is the Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Kids leave-in. And you don't know, I'm a big kid, so. And then I think we were sponsored Shea Moisture Bald Head Moisture, which I can't front. I actually like how it smells, and you know I can't abuse the hair up or the scalp and the skin up here, so I've been using that. If I end up doing anything more than that, I'll definitely share that with you guys, but that's going to be kind of my routine. Another little thing I like to throw in there at the end is I will throw on this stuff. Well, I kind of just rub that in. And that's it. That's the beard care. You guys let me know what you guys are doing. And if you have any suggestion on things that you'd like me to try, I think I'm going to start getting more into trying more of like different products and those things for beard. And you know, if they have more products, I didn't even know they had products like this. This bald head moisture thing, which I have to give it high ratings. Like I said, I really like the fact that I can moisture. I kind of cheat and will use it sometimes around here as well, but I like the smell and I like the feel of it. And Kellan is really pushing for us to end this segment, so see you guys in the car. So Lisa is in the kitchen, elbow deep in some chicken that she's trying to season up real quick. We're gonna fill up some water, like some boiled water in some containers that we already have, rather than running on the road and buying up like every bit of water. I'm gonna check this car now for how much gas is in it. Now it's around 4:30 at this point. People are gonna start coming off work. What I plan to do is, if this car really needs gas, which it more than likely does, I'll probably run and try and get gas early in the morning from like one of our wholesale memberships, like Sam's or BJ's or one of those. So anyway, let me figure out how I'm gonna get into the car now. To the rescue, you see that? You ask and you shall receive. So yeah, it has about a quarter tank of gas. I'll probably run and deal with it tomorrow and just get the other things done. The plan is not to carry both cars into the garage. If like we're getting a direct hit, I probably would be more focused on that. But this is gonna stay out. I'm just gonna put the car cover on it, and I use this area here to put all our stuff that is out in the outside area. You know, you prep beforehand and we kind of try to have everything that we need always on hand early in hurricane season, before hurricane season starts. And then sometimes you prep so early that when the storm is actually on the way, you kind of have that last minute panic, like, do I have everything? Because you're not in panic mode, you're not running around, you're wondering if you're just underprepared and like overconfident in how you've prepped. But we have water, we have canned food. You know, there's nothing we can really do about the house. The house does not, we don't know the construction, obviously. We're gonna see that. We're hoping that obviously it's built to Florida standards after Hurricane Andrew, and there's no shutters, but it's more like looking like a closer to a direct hit in Tampa area. So to everybody that we care about, and even the people we don't care about in Tampa, we wish you well over there. Hopefully it's not bad. But yeah, time to jump in the car and let's see how crazy these streets are. We just reached to Publix, and the place, as far as the parking lot is concerned, looks like a zoo. No matter how often Floridians act like this is so normal to them, scares the issue out of them, just watch. And I mean like literally scares the issue out of them. An indication is, it happened during the pandemic too, how often you will see people just buying toilet paper. A literal and metaphoric, like combined scaring of the ish out of them, right? Like they just buy up toilet paper. Like I don't know if they think the toilet is going to stop flushing, if they think they're going to lose water for weeks, which I don't know how the toilet paper would help. I don't know if they think they're just going to be scared into like this mass diarrhea. But people all of a sudden realize like hurricane is coming. Oh my god, I need toilet paper. Like water and those things you kind of understand. And some people take it overboard with the water. But the toilet paper thing, somebody has to explain why when there is anything happening that we need toilet paper urgently. The store is busy, but not like Home Depot, like, oh, I have to buy board and you know, a massive amount of things busy. So here I have to kind of give them credit for that. Anyway, see you guys in a minute. Alright people, so I'm basically getting the stuff for a lasagna. They didn't have organic noodles, but they did have non-GMO. And they were like 40 cents difference for the other brand. So I just went to these. Now I'm gonna pick up ricotta cheese. The problem is I never know the quantities of this thing. Or like if it's like, hell no, that's too expensive, or oh, that's a good price, you should have buy more. This is why I always try and do this and kind of stay in the realm of knowing what's up. So, alright. That's the other thing is the quantity. See, and then when I may end up call her back now, it's like a bugaboo in her or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know how much we need. I don't know if ricotta cheese is something that keep well enough to buy more than what we need. So anyway, this is what I'm looking at. Yeah. This one here is organic, and I mean it is more. It is significantly more, but with dairy and stuff we try to eat organic as much as possible. So we're getting the store-bought green wise one. You know? And then I have the feeling Lisa gonna tell me, you never have to buy the organic one. Ladies, do you see the stress? This is the stress that men get. It's either you just grab up everything and buy it wrong, and then here, why never buy this or that or this little bit, or you buy too much or whatever. Or then you call your back 100 times and then you're like, yo, I was gonna end up have to be consulted this many times, I might as well I just bought it. Anyway, let's put in a phone call. Alright, so to the husbands out there, we're not crazy. And I'm not going to just rub it in Lisa's face, but like, chat. You know when this happens to you and usually get brushed over? Lisa sent me the list and it wasn't coming through, and I'm like, yo, I don't understand, because she accidentally sent it to one of her auntie them, and they're like sitting on there like, why you don't get it yet? I'm sitting there like, yo, I don't have the list, I don't know what I'm buying. And then afterwards she realized she must have copy and paste the message to somebody else. Anyway, in here is not terrible considering the storm, but at the same time, like, there is a bag of drama. Like, even this woman was laughing. Everybody seems to be in good spirits about it, because even this woman was laughing and I was like, yeah babe, we're going to check somewhere else for this. I was looking for grape jelly a while ago. Yes, essential for the hurricane. No, we just needed it in the house anyway. And it was like everybody just bottleneck in the one area, like stopped up the carts, and like I keep calling it the Truman Show moment. It's like you can walk down the aisle, nobody's there, and then all of a sudden everybody all in the store needs to be in that one aisle all at the same moment, because we all need that item. It's crazy, but like I said, everybody kind of taking it with like with a good spirit. We're not getting that like, get out my way and that kind of hug stuff, but we are still a little bit out of the way before the storm. So I have everything that we need in the cart that we're gonna get here. So one of my favorite hobbies, if you've watched with me before coming to Publix, I'm gonna show you what's going on in the bakery section, at least before everybody. find a reason to come over here. So let's hurry up and get them. First, we'll take a look at the pre-packaged stuff. We just bought this and it was good. I just felt like it lasted a little too long. Almost ended up with too much of it. I know who complains about having too much. Still haven't seen this come back to our store. The mango key lime pie. If you get these, I have to contest, these are amazing as far as macarons go. And then the cake's looking. Please don't watch while you're hungry. Or if you have a sweet tooth, trigger warning. But this stuff is looking really good. But not good enough to tempt me to buy anything today. And we are trying to kind of tighten the belt on impulse buys. So I am going to finally head out. Yo, that bread smell is amazing though. That's distracting. I think I'm hungry though. I haven't eaten since I gotten up. No, one of the most essential aisles during your hurricane is actually empty. There's the wine and the beer. That's hurricane supplies. If you don't have like a Costco or Sam's, one of those kind of like wholesale club memberships, you can do worse than Publix. Publix is pretty decent. They have an excellent selection. Prices are decent. Sometimes you can find like good deals on sales and stuff. But I try to buy my wines there at the clubs because I find a good selection and excellent pricing, especially compared to like using my app and seeing what the prices are elsewhere. And really, outside of going to like ABC or something like that, or one of those like kind of more upscale liquor stores, you're not really gonna get better pricing. And even then, you still don't get better pricing. You might just get a really better selection there and pay a premium for it. Anyway, let's tackle trying to get into one of these lines now and get out of here. Mission accomplished. Anyway, see you guys in the car. Alright, a quick sky check. So this is just to show you what's going on in the skies right now. We are getting closer to some rain showers that were supposed to come in, but also the thing to consider is it's also getting to be evening time and it's also becoming fall, so it's starting to get darker quicker. Slowly we creep into it. Like we're at the end of September already, guys. Like we're at October. The year done already. Hop in the car and let's get out. I'm really debating whether or not I'm going to stop at Alice, because the thing was like Lisa's going to get eggs elsewhere. You know what? When in doubt, call the wife. That's life advice for you, fellas. Stop watching me.
I think it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love. I want it all the time.